Hi there and welcome to another Killzone Shadow 4 multiplayer video. This time I'm doing something a little bit different. I've just set myself a challenge of getting 0 kills. So what are the requirements of this challenge is, of course, I have to get 0 kills by the end. My team must win and I must appear in the final execution scene, or at least make the top 3 on my side. Throughout I'll be talking about what's on screen and some tactics that I recommend for anyone who might want to attempt this. And if you do attempt this and you're successful, send me a link of the video. I'd love to give it a watch. Alrighty, let's get started.
Orders received. Defend targets identified. Disarm any hostile charges set.
And for those wondering, right now I'm playing on the Remains 24-player Warzone, playing as the VSA. The first objective, of course, is search and destroy, defend. It's going to be a little difficult if I can't kill anyone, but as you can see, I make my way back around here and straight away I see a spawn beacon of theirs, so already off to a good start of getting some points. I've already dropped my spawn beacon at the beginning. Couldn't do much there, but I'm getting some of my allies to spawn in where I put my beacon, and hopefully they can help me out. Most of this video you'll see me switching between support and assault. I don't think I ever go to scout, but I find that support and assault are essentially my favorite too, even though I do love the scout, of course, as you might be aware from my previous videos. Dropping the shield, I'd like to see more people use the tactics of dropping the shield and not just dropping it and standing behind it. By dropping the shield, you can essentially confuse the enemy, and throughout this video you'll see me drop the shield in really random locations. It's not just by accident. I'm not just doing it because I forgot. I'm really doing it to prove a point. Now, I nearly forgot what I was doing and tried to shoot that guy right there, but luckily I didn't shoot him too much. The Volk doesn't do too much damage, and I'll just wait here for my stun blast to oh no, I'm gonna get killed. So as I said before, I'm going to be swapping between support and assault a lot. Support mainly due to the revives and the spawn beacon. Can't drop any turrets because I most likely will kill someone. And with assault, I'll be going between, of course, stun blast and shield. And sometimes I might even jump onto the speed if I have to get across the map really quickly. So right now we're going pretty well. It's been just around 2 minutes and we're still to have one of our devices explode. Just thought I'd drop that and get rid of that shield. Go for that. Now I think I managed just to disarm it with my ally there, but the turret took me out. But that's absolutely fine. I'd much rather disarm it and get killed than, you know, not get killed and not disarm it, as most people would fairly agree with me there. Now, due to the nature, of course, of this challenge and the current objective we're on, I'm going to be running constantly back and forth between A and B. There's no point in just camping around waiting for them to come at me, because obviously I can't do anything. And I'll just take this moment to apologise if you can hear a bit of vibration in the background. It's freaking hot here, and I've got a couple of fans pointing in my direction. Now coming up here is what I'd like to see more assault players do, and I hope they are aware that you can disarm and activate charges through the shields. So you can drop a shield and just sit there and deactivate or activate charges. Most of the time I see an assault player come up and they're far away from the charge. They'll drop a shield and try and take everyone out. Once they think it's all clear, then they'll slowly make their way towards it. But if they do a charge towards the shield, if there's any direction that they believe enemies will be coming through, drop a shield in that direction. You can just, you know, get that activation done or deactivate the charge that they have charged against you. Now, bit of a disclaimer as well, and that was a good stun, got a couple of players there, and I'm running back to my shield, just hide behind it, just so my stun blast can come back up and run back out there and get some more stuns. Now, as I was saying before, just a bit of a disclaimer. I am playing with, I believe, 2 members from my clan. So, but the other team never gets less than 10 players. So, and I believe a couple of our players drop out as well. So we never get less than 10v10. To do this challenge, it probably might be wise to at least play with someone who might be putting down. Oh, and that was a great stun there. Got the spawn beacon and a couple of enemies. Stunning the enemies, actually, I think is the most important ability to do if you can't kill someone is because if you can stun them, slow them down, and disorientate their view, definitely gives your allies an opportunity to come in there and take it. If you don't, but if you don't do that, you know, it's all good. Everyone can do exactly what they want. But back to my disclaimer, yeah, some players of course drop in and out, but we never get less than 10v10, or at least to my knowledge. Every time I look, you'll see me look throughout the video, we never get less than 10v10. Now, how long do we have left? Oh, I believe that's the end of the... Oh, yeah, that's the end of the challenge, and I believe I'm going to die up here. Gives me a chance to reset my class. Always, whenever a mission finishes, I always just run in, make sure I die straight away. Even on extreme rare occasions, I'll suicide myself to so I can reset, choose the class that's more beneficial to the objective in hand. And as you can see, we're gone to beacon theft. I went straight to my loadout that's got the speed, run straight in there, grab that beacon, and I'm going to be taking it back to get some points for our team. Now throughout this video, and you can see I'm just doing it here, I'm going to do a lot of things to try and distract our enemies, so I kind of like draw their fire so my allies can take them out. Like I just dropped that nano shield and just ran away from it. Hopefully made the enemy think, what the hell is that guy doing? He's obviously just hiding around the corner, but if they face the other way, the allies can take him down. Now this just shows there is a bit of lag in this game. I'm the second one of my team members to run over that spawn beacon, yet I'm the one to pick it up. I don't get away, and I'm changing my loadout back to support to place down some spawn beacons. I try and remember. I don't have a great memory, but whenever I drop a spawn beacon, I always try and look at the counter, the clock up the top to count how long it's going to be. It's going to be 1:40 because my spawn beacon's been upgraded to maximum. When it gets close to that 1.5 minutes, I'll go back to my spawn beacon loadout so I can get ready to drop my spawn beacon again. As you can see with my revived, I'm waiting for the spawn beacon recharge to come back up. And I'm going to just drop it down in between a nice little hidey hole here. Now, as I said before, I am playing with a couple of members from my clan, but they had no idea that I was doing a 0 kills challenge. I was just playing as per normal. I don't even think, yeah, we weren't even speaking on mics, or we weren't even partied up at this stage. So I was just doing my own thing. They might have, I'm not sure if they caught on. They never asked me, but I still did it, and yeah, let's see how it goes. Now, just waiting here, of course. I really wish I changed back to speed, but what are you going to do? The longer it takes, actually, the more beacon carrier points I get. So maybe it was a good thing that I stayed as support. But we're taking the beacon back for the last time to guarantee at least the tie for the 24-player Warzone. Now, coming up next is actually probably one of my favorite objectives is capture and connect, and was difficult for me, not being able to kill, so not really being able to defend. But I love this part here where after I capture C, I just do a bit of a suicide run down here and I think I intimidated them a little because they're all backing off cooking grenades. I saw a spawn beacon in the background. I was so excited to get it, but one of the enemies managed to get their purger up and running to take me out. Now, throughout this capture and connect bit of mission, I'm going to be speeding it up just in the interest of time, just to speed up some of the boring bits to try and get this video to a lesser time, but that might not happen. Going into this nice building to place a spawn beacon. Now, when it comes to spawn beacons and capture and connect, I always prefer to put spawn beacons between the two that are currently in dispute. So obviously C and D, so I put spawn beacon there between C and D. If I put mine up, if I was the only one placing a spawn, there you go, I sped it up there. If I was the only one placing a spawn beacon and I had mine up near D and we managed to lose D and then our enemies took C and all of my allies are spawning at D, well, yeah, you can kind of guess what's going to happen. But luckily I'm playing with a decent team, so they're dropping spawn beacons as well. Now, this moment here with the nano shields, as you can see, we placed two in a row. Now, some people might think that is a bit stupid. I actually think it's not a bad idea. I don't normally try and do it. That was just actually by luck. But it reminds me of anyone who's played. This is a callback. If anyone's played Age of Empires 2, we had one of the, we play. I played that game a lot, and we had one of those guys who would always just build line after line of walls, like stone walls. Now, when I played, I only did one stone wall around the side, but he would do like stone walls in a grids of 10, like 10 by 10, and it was just incredibly annoying. And I kind of got reminded of that here, that if someone dropped a shield and you drop a shield right next to it and you give them 2 layers of protection, I'm sure that's sure to annoy the enemy, because they could take some time destroying one shield with their weapon, and then they realize there's the second one there. It's just a bit of fun. This game, I always try and look to have moments of fun with this game, always going for the win and fun. Now here's another, not in, I don't know which order, but here's another example of a bit of lag. Tried for ages trying to get him revived, but eventually I got it. I was tapping that left directional button. Jumping up here. I've gone back to support because I know that E, and forgive my language, but essentially this can be a bit of a cluster. Well, you know what I mean. So reviving is definitely one of the, sometimes some of the only ways you can really capture those last checkpoints, is constantly just reviving people, getting them up so they can inch by inch try and bring the last Echo or Alpha into your team's colour. But we're going well. We've got them on the back foot. With the objective one here, it's going to be obviously challenge complete. But I'm still, of course, going to show you the last one, which is search and destroy, attack, I believe. Yeah, attack, of course it will be. Oh no, my apologies. Of course the challenge won't be complete. I have to get third at the end, not just win the game. And I have to make sure I remain 0 kills. This is actually my second attempt at this. My first one was on the station, and I was going so well, and at the end I jumped off one of the balconies, and someone was walking by, so I did an accidental death from above, so essentially made that recording mute. But so it was this is my second attempt to do it, and I was happy that it only took me 2 tries. Because it took a lot to not squeeze that right trigger, as I'm sure everyone is just used to. Now, we've won that, and we're on search and destroy attack. I become a little bit selfish here, and I go to my speed, because I really wanted to be the one to set the charges to get the points. But, you know, I'd never get angry at someone from my team setting the charge. You know, I'd never get angry at anyone doing anything to benefit the team. Now, this little run up here of me trying to place a spawn beacon down is a great example of what you can do in situations like this. Now, this is my first attempt. Now, I obviously want to get a spawn beacon close to B, and well, you can see what happens here. Yep. So I have to start again. My allies have got A pretty locked down, so I thought I'd just tackle B. So here comes attempt number 2, and I think I go pretty well. I think I get it. I get into the door, and then something happens. Of course, what happens again? Oh, that's right. I see one of their spawn beacons, and that takes priority. But I got stunned because of it. Managed to get my spawn beacon down, but I don't think it lasts very long, and I don't think I last very long. So again, spawn beacon, yeah, gets taken down. So in this situation, if you're struggling to get your spawn beacon where you want it to, place what I call a safety beacon. So essentially, it's not at the objective, but it's halfway, like here, because you don't want your allies and yourself to constantly be spawning off the base spawn. It gives them incentive. You know, you got to kind of like be a shepherd to to usher your sheep or allies in the direction. I know it's a little belittling, but it's the best analogy I can think of. So I've got my spawn beacon there, and it helps my allies push up and not just constantly get spawned back at the base. So here we go, and I place the nano shield there just to scare any enemy who's thinking about coming through there, because if they're sneaking through that little corridor and they see the nano shield there, it'll definitely make them think twice about coming through there. So again, I like to play with my enemies' minds a little, play a little bit of mind games by placing nano shields in random locations, even spawn beacons, even doing anything that's not necessarily what you would expect a player to do, but it will benefit my team in the long run. Now I'm just managing to fully charge the manage to get killed. If you have a look at the map here, you can see my other team has been placing down some spawn beacons. Again, my safety beacon has given them the opportunity to push forward, place their own beacons, get that nano shield in there so the enemy can't fire out. And I think I get one last great stun here. Not sure if I took out a spawn beacon there. I'm just going to say I did. Sure, I took out a spawn beacon with that last stun blast. Getting very close to the end of the game. Hoping, of course, I'm still within that top 3 to get the essentially complete my set challenge to myself. Coming downstairs because the upstairs seems pretty well covered by my team, and I thought I would cut off the enemy coming up. Oh, even though we've won. And all we got to do is now just wait and to see the final scoreboard. Of course, I'll speed it up a little once it gets to the execution scene. All my allies are very happy just to keep shooting at the enemy, so speed this up. Now, first off, kills 0, so it's going to affect my kill death ratio, but I don't really care. And there we go, second on the ladder, most mission points on the right, and that's the end of the challenge. So you can set yourself the same challenge if you wish. Give it a go, just for a bit of fun. I'll hopefully be back with some more challenges. If you want to suggest any challenges, just leave them in the comments below. Feel free to like, dislike, share, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want. And I will gladly see you next time. See you later.